Now, all communication is divided into three. Visual, what do we see? Vocal, what do we hear? And the verbal, the facts, figures, the statistics. Let's leave that over here for a while, the organization. It's assumed you know what you're doing and stuff like that. We'll find out all of that after. But let's look at just the physical skills and the vocal skills. Benchmark. Starting point. So visual, nervousness, posture. And as Randy alluded to earlier, what do you do with these guys when you're making a presentation, especially standing up? Because as Randy said, everything's public speaking. We could be Misty in your office, one-on-one, having a meeting. We could be Matthew in your office, and there are three of us. Justin, it could be the boardroom, and there's 6, 8 people. Or Brian, it could be the Association of such and such people, Banking People of America at the Marriott or the Hilton, and there's 2,000 people. Benjamin Franklin in Poor Richard's Almanac said, once you learn how to learn, the limits are your own. Once you learn the methodology of golf, the limits are your own. You adapt it to the weather, the grass there, this, that, but it's still golf. It's still speaking. So once you learn a brush stroke, a palette of different colors, you can apply it anywhere. So what do you do with your hands? What about your eye contact? And again, appearance is appropriate to your corporate environment. Who are you meeting? Is it customers? Is it clients? Is it a tie? Is it dressed down? But appearance. So that's visual. On the vocal volume, 1 being the lowest, you can't even hear what the person's saying. And 10 being the loudest. Again, appropriate for where you're speaking. Inflection of the highs and lows of your voice. When you're speaking, is it like this? And after a while, I'm not going to make a mistake. Everything will be there. But after a while, people are starting to go to the land of nod. But when you have inflection, is it like, think of the Rocky Mountains, the highs and lows of your voice. Is there enthusiasm? Is there energy? Again, appropriate to what you're talking about. And pace and rate. Randy and I live in New York City. So people there speak a little bit faster. The pace and rate. Again, Randy mentioned this. Make the needs of your audience, your client, more important than your own. Who are you speaking to? So your pace. And you really know your subject. And, but when you have to get up to present it, things happen. And the word, you really did, and you practiced you know, the nonverbal words, the verbal fillers, the ums, the you knows. Do they get in the way of the through line of what you're saying? And lastly, articulation. How do you pronounce words, especially your endings of words? Using the golf analogy, if you try to change everything, Brett, as you know, you can't do anything. So let's work on 1 or 2 skills. So if you would.